Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of the Fumble Sports Daily Show. So wonderful to have you with us on this Wednesday, July 5th. We have a ton to get into in today's show. Picks, research, a lot of analysis, and of course, your questions answered by us live during the show. We continue our Celebrity Shot contest through the month of July. We have trivia. We have a lot to get to over the next 2 hours, so hope you settle in and join us for all that we're going to have to offer across all of our platforms. Whether you're watching on TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, welcome to Fumble Sports. We are a sports content company that loves talking sports betting, fantasy sports, and just ranting about sports. So if you're a sports fan, you've come to the right place. Settle in. We are live every single day, so make sure you follow us. Make sure you join us. Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and at SportsFumble on Twitter. You can also find us on Kick and Twitch. Wonderful to have you with us. As we do every single day, we are going to jump into our picks from yesterday, look at our results, see how we've done. Great to see you, Dante. Good to see so many familiar faces. Jump right into the audience. Wonderful to have you with us every single day. We are going to touch on a few things we're going to rant about over the show. We are always going to get into our Celebrity Shot contest so you can see who's doing well and who's struggling. But first, our disclaimer, as always, we are not a sports book. We're not endorsed by any sports book. We're here for sports fans that love talking sports, sports betting, fantasy sports, hopefully giving you guys a lot of good information to cash tickets. We're here for information, entertainment. That's why Fumble Sports exists. Wonderful to have you back with us for today's show. Like I said, our rundown for today's show, we're going to go through our results from yesterday, see how people are doing on the Celebrity Shot Big Board for the month of July. We're going to rant a little bit later in the show about the Brewers pulling a sneaky one in Milwaukee yesterday against the Cubs. We'll answer your questions with our on-screen research, as we always do. We'll give out a ton of picks. There is WNBA today, so not only do we have MLB picks, we have WNBA, and we have our daily trivia. But if you guys want fantasy football help, if you want NFL futures, college football futures, anything related to the world of sports, we're here to help you guys out. So welcome into the show. As we do every single day, we'll start by looking at our results from yesterday. And I have to admit, I'm pretty proud of how we did on July 4th. We cashed at a 72% rate yesterday, going 39-25, so a really strong day for us yesterday. Our MLB game picks went 11-11, but that tells you how strong we did with our MLB player prop bets, going 28-14. The parlays went 10-3, so finally we had a really good day with our parlay plays of the day. Long ball, long shots of the day went 0-8. Not a lot of big names went deep yesterday, so not shocked that we went 0-8 there. But boy, did we cash on our stealing and sharing picks. When you guys share the channel, we give out players we think are going to get a stolen base. We went 5 for 7 yesterday. Really good clip. You guys also had a good day, going 21-16 on your celebrity shots. Macy Toru already getting celebrity shot picks in the comments section. Love to see that. And you want to know why Macy Toru's doing that? Because with another 2-0 day yesterday, Macy Toru is now up to 7 wins in the month of July. In our Celebrity Shot contest for the month of July, it's the first to 20. Macy Toru climbing the leaderboard, sits at 7. In second place right now is Jorge. After going 2-0, Jorge has 6 wins, so hot on the tail. And then Dante and Tito's Full Send both have 5 after a 2-0 day for Dante and a 2-0 day for Tito's Full Send. Looking at the rest of you on the Celebrity Shot Big Board, Caesar, 4 wins. Nice job, Caesar. Chris Roberts has 3. Chris Silva just 1, with Albert Einstein having just 1. Additionally, Harley has 2. Like to see Harley back up there. Chris Warren has 3. LRK425 has 4 wins so far in July. RJ has 3. Sammy J 1. Stephen Pock 3. Tony has 2. Top Dog has 3. Tyler has 1, and Zodwick has 3 after a nice 2-0 day. If you guys want to get up on the board, there's still plenty of time to track down these leaders. It is a race to 20 correct picks over the month of July, so get those Celebrity Shot picks in. As I mentioned, our results from yesterday. Good job, everybody. First of all, we had a ton of picks yesterday. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that watches, everyone that follows. Appreciate you guys being a part of this community, participating every day. Means a lot that you love our content and you bring the energy, excitement, and of course, your own picks. We love getting the engagement. With that said, we will clear out our results from yesterday, put that in the rear view mirror. Yeah, we hit it a 72% clip yesterday, so a really strong start to July over the last few days, hitting at about 67% so far in July. So would love to see us stay at about that clip, maybe even climb closer to 70%. We clear out the results from yesterday. Again, if you guys want our picks, Butt Fumble Sports, like I just said, hit at 72% yesterday, is hitting at 67% in the month of July. If you want our picks, hit that live goal confetti. Every time we get confetti, we give out a pick. Every time we get to 2,000 likes on TikTok Live, we will give out a long ball long shot of the day. And of course, if you guys share the channel, we'll also give out a stolen base pick. We have a ton of celebrity shot picks to get to already coming up on the board. So, Macy Toru, since you are in the leader seat, we will give you the honor of being up on the board first. Braves -1.5. Not surprised you're going there. Braves -1.5. And you are also taking Graham Ashcraft over 2.5 earned runs. Some really good ideas early. Macy Toru, I love where your head's at on this one. I'm going to focus on the Graham Ashcraft to start. The Braves -1.5, I'm actually not as crazy about. I'm not going to touch that game for the reason that Mike Soroka on the mound for the Atlanta Braves. Still don't quite know what kind of pitcher we're getting with him. But Graham Ashcraft, oh, is he dog poop on your porch or what? He gives up a lot of runs. I'm expecting offense in this Nationals-Reds game in Washington, D.C. Just pulling up our research here on Outlier, looking at Graham Ashcraft. Total earned runs, 2.5. 56% implied probability on the under, interestingly enough. But for me, the over 2.5, I actually really like it. It's been a really strong trend. How about on the road? 3 straight games. Lifetime against Graham Ashcraft. Not too many stats. Low sample size. Not going to take too much from it against right-handed pitching this year. You might be surprised. There are some decent averages throughout this Nationals order. Maybe not as much pop, but certainly some guys who are hitting around 280, 290 throughout this lineup. So a decent lineup. Let's look at the weather really quick for this Reds game. And you see likelihood of runs is up. Likelihood of home runs is up. Extra base hits. So across the board, we like offense in this game. I'm going to tail this one as well. Now, I will put out there, I like the over in this game. If I were to just quickly jump over, I do like the over. Right now, 9.5 is what the line is set at. You know Butt Fumble Sports, we're not just taking lines. We like the alternative lines where we can get it. So over, let's say 8, 8.5. I think 8.5 is probably the best place. So I would take Reds, Nationals, over 8.5. And I also will jump on board with Graham, Ashcraft, over 2.5 earned runs. Like where your head's at, Macy Toru. So already we got a good celebrity shot pick up on the board. Go get to that meeting. Great to have you in here. Joe Warren. Let's put Joe Warren's celebrity shot pick up on the board. And for those that are curious, I know, Joe, you're probably curious yourself. Joe Warren, 3 wins, 0-2 yesterday, looking to bounce back today. Joe Warren is taking Kyle Tucker over half a hit. Kyle Tucker has been red hot. Let's quickly look at Kyle Tucker. As you guys know, we like to do our research around most of the picks that we get up on the big board, the celebrity shot picks. That way we can see if we want to follow, if we want to tail. Everybody say it with me. When we get this much green on the screen, what do we call it? We call it a lawn, everybody. This is a lawn. This is straight grass, not even a dirt patch to speak of. 10 for 10 over his last 10. Man, Kyle Tucker, this is a chalky play at -238. We would make it the leg of a parlay against Chase Anderson. No stats, I know it's a good opportunity to take him, though. It's a righty-lefty matchup. So, yes, this is one I'm also going to tail. It's not one that I had prior to the show, so I put the asterisk next to it. Kyle Tucker over half a hit. And again, for all those that are playing along at home, I put this symbol next to the play. That is to let you guys know the odds are minus 200 or worse, so it's a leg of a parlay. Pair that with 1, 2 other plays. Don't make your parlays too big. Make them 4, 3 legs. Keep it closer to making it even odds. Don't try and go out there and get that crazy $10 bet for converting it into 10,000. You want to do that, you can go find some other accounts to chase those once-in-a-lottery kind of ticket. I'm actually not trying to do that. I'm trying to convert one unit into one more unit. I'm trying to bet $10 to make $10. I'm trying to bet $5 to make $5. That's actually how Butt Fumble Sports likes to approach sports betting. I want to win a unit. I want to double my earnings as often as possible. And if not, okay, I'll go up a third of my earnings. I'll go up 2/3 total. So that said, I'm not trying to go from $10 to 10,000 because really, that's chasing lottery tickets. I don't want to chase lottery tickets. I want to chase cashing tickets. If I know that Berkshire Hathaway is going to go up, if I know that Apple's going to go up, if I know that Amazon's going to go up, I will go after the Amazon even though it's not sexy. It's not a penny stock that could become a blue chip. That's not what we go for here at Butt Fumble Sports. We follow data, we follow analytics, and we try to cash tickets. Yes, sometimes it's not sexy at minus 238. So frickin' what? You parlay that with 2 other good plays, you cash on it, you turn 1 unit into 1 more unit. Now you're starting to work with some security. You can now bet your winnings instead of what's in your bank. That's how we approach things just for those playing at home. Let's get Big Dave's picks up on the board. By the way, if you're watching on Kick, Twitch, or YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the like button and, of course, throw in your celebrity shot picks. We will get to all of them. Do not worry, everybody. Let's get to Astros minus... By the way, Dave, you only get 2. You only get 2 picks. Everyone gets 2 celebrity shot picks. So, Dave, let us know which 2 that you'd like. I'll throw up here for now Astros minus 1.5. And I'll also throw up here for you Rays on the money line. But let us know if you only get 2, everybody. So you got to be kind of selective. And Carjon, 1 is taking Matt Olson anytime RBI. So Matt Olson over half an RBI and the Red Sox on the money line. Very interesting. Okay. With Brian Bayo on the mound, I understand why that's attractive to you. Chris Roberts, we're going to keep throwing these up here for now. We'll get to some research in just a moment, but want to clear some of these out of the comments section. Eduardo Rodriguez over 4.5 strikeouts. Over 4.5 strikeouts. There you go, Chris Roberts. Jorge, yo, great to see you. Mike Oxlong, great to see you. Yo, how you doing? New leader for the contest? Not quite. Macy Toru holding on to that lead with 7. Jorge, you do have 6. So hot on the tail, but not quite yet. Get those celebrity shot picks, and everybody gets 2. The first to 20 correct picks over the month of July wins a free t-shirt. Very interesting. Nationals strike out the least. Yeah, love the contact that they offer. If you go to our DFS lineup today, if you go to buttfumblesports.com and you go to our DFS lineup for today, first of all, Yoshida, our cover boy, we'll definitely talk about him later in the show. But I do have a number of Nationals today because I like the matchup against Graham Ashcraft. I like the weather in that game. And additionally, I also like the opportunity to get, as you said, a good contact team. So even if I don't get the home runs out of these players, I expect them to be on base. I expect opportunities to get runs. So I actually think for the value, for the price, it allowed me to get some load up on some stars while also add some players I think are going to get good production today. Once again, our early picks up on the board. If you want some of my picks, we hit at a 72% rate yesterday. We are cashing at about a 67% rate over the month of July so far. If you want some of my picks, hit that confetti. We have hit 2,000 likes, so I'm going to give out my first long ball long shot of the day. The first one I'm going to give out, I am going to go with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And first thing I want to highlight, we look at the weather. So for those who are new to the show, we go to a website called ballparkpal.com. Great website for baseball fans. A lot of great data there. By the way, I don't hide things. I don't act like we just have exclusive access to a lot of these things. I want to make these things available so you guys can do good data, good research on your own, and take advantage. So that way, if you're not watching us, you're still cashing tickets because we're team cashing tickets here at Butt Fumble Sports. That said, the weather in that game, check it out. Guaranteed rate field. The likelihood of home runs, 32%. There is no other game with a likelihood of home runs being hit at this clip. Now, you go, oh, but extra base hits are down. Yeah, because the likelihood of home runs are up. The likelihood of home runs is actually negatively impacting the likelihood of extra base hits. That's why you see those going in opposite directions. So that's actually a great sign for home runs. We're going to have a couple players in this game for our long ball long shots of the day, but wanted to highlight it early. Likelihood of runs up in that game as well. I know it's Jose Barrios against Lance Lynn. I'm expecting dingers. I'm expecting bombs. So with that said, first player I'm taking is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I'll show that to you on our research page. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., if I take him to hit a home run, 24% implied probability. I can get it at plus 325, so still a good spot to take it. Can I get him on over half a hit? No. Hits, runs, RBIs, 2.5. So this is probably going to end up being bases at 1.5. The over isn't a strong play, though. So if you want to take it, I understand if you're leaning against it. I am going to take Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on a couple of spots here. First of all, I'm going to take Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over the 1.5 bases. I'm also going to look for him on an RBI. I think there's an opportunity for, even if he doesn't get the home run tonight, I could see him getting a double or getting a sac fly, driving in a run. So the under does have the stronger implied probability, everybody. Again, I'm not saying to tail me on this one. This one I'm going off of different data. I like the opportunity here. Very quickly, against Lance Lynn, just looking at that. Guerrero Jr. does have only a 200 batting average against him. No home runs. So I am warning you guys ahead of time. This isn't as attractive a play as we normally go for, but I think there are opportunities to take this. 3 out of the last 5 it's hit. Plus 120 is what you could get it at. I'll throw Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over half an RBI. I usually don't go with these plays, but I actually think between the bases and the RBI, you could cash on all of these. Again, I think the home run's going to hit, and you're cashing on all 3 tickets, but I think there's an opportunity there. So that's our first long ball long shot of the day that we've put out. Would you play the over for the Tigers lineup? Now, what's interesting about that Tigers game is, yes, Eduardo Rodriguez coming back, but on the other side, if we're just looking at it from an Oakland cover perspective, they've been covering very consistently. Now, Waldichuk is dog poop on your porch material. I'm not going to deny that, but I'm kind of a little hesitant to just jump on the Tigers wholeheartedly. They're not a great lineup. They're just not a great lineup. Against left-handed pitching, Miguel Cabrera might be someone we want to take. I'll actually look at that one. But I'd actually consider taking Oakland, maybe not the plus 1.5, but I'd consider the plus 2.5. Oakland plus 2.5 has been a very consistent ticket. Against the Tigers, it's been very consistent. I kind of like this play. I know it may not be attractive to a number of you guys. Again, Eduardo Rodriguez coming back. Maybe a number of you guys are liking that. I kind of like the opportunity here. I know Eduardo Rodriguez has a really low ERA, but post-injury, I think of him slightly differently. I kind of like the A's plus 2.5. Not going to put it up on my board, just putting it out there for you guys to nibble on. Let's look at Miguel Cabrera really quick on a player prop bet. By the way, I will get right back to your celebrity shot questions and picks in just a moment. But first, can I get him on over half a hit? Yes, I can. Very consistent here. Minus 210. I'm taking this one. Not one I had prior to the show, but I will take Miguel Cabrera over half a hit. It is a leg of a parlay, so we throw the symbols up there. Kyle Klein, wonderful to see you. Happy afternoon to you. Dante, very interesting. Dante is jumping on Alec Manoa. Or is it Alec Manoa or is it Alec Mayish? Let me see if I got this right. Alec Marsh. Gotcha. Alec Marsh on hits allowed. Sorry. I thought you were giving us Alec Manoa, who I heard might be called up again back to the Toronto Blue Jays. You're taking the over, which doesn't have the good implied probability here, but very interesting play. Let's get Dante's celebrity shot pickup on the board. By the way, love to see so many people enjoying the contest, getting involved really quickly. Alec Marsh, over 5.5 hits allowed. You can see 47% implied probability here. He's only had the one start and did give it up. So, very interesting. And the other pick for Dante is going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. over half a run. Love that play. Ronald Acuna Jr. over half a run. By the way, I think we've entered the Ronald Acuna Jr. part of the show, which means we are going to just say we're brought to you by Coca-Cola since it's Atlanta. So we have reached the Ronald Acuna Jr. portion of the show. Everyone lock in. It's Ronald Acuna Jr. time. First of all, implied probability, if we just look down the line, look at the only thing that has an over for the only overplay for implied probability. It's on a run, 66% implied probability, and talk about some lawnage. 9 games in a row this guy has scored a run. I got to take it. I'm getting it a minus 195. I'm right there with you. Ronald Acuna Jr. over half a run. He's just having a phenomenal year. Also going to take him on a stolen base, guys. I mean, he's just been too good to not. And given that you're going to still get it at plus money, let's see what we can get the stolen base. 40% implied probability. You're getting it now at plus 150. Not as good as it used to be. Still taking it. Can't get him on any more over 1.5. Over 1.5 hits isn't a good play because now he's getting 2.5 hits. Hits, runs, RBIs, set at 2.5. I like the over. Crazy as it sounds, very consistent. Cal Quantrill, he's 1 for 3 lifetime. Cal Quantrill, look at those numbers. I'm all about taking Ronald Acuna Jr. now at this point. He is the NL MVP. I know we all know who the MVP is in the American League. It's Shohei Ohtani. I don't care whether he has a blister and is out there for 2 weeks or whatever, is on the IL. Don't care. He is the MVP in the AL. On the other side, Luis Ariz would maybe in the conversation as he challenged for 400, but Ronald Acuna Jr. over the last 2 weeks has blown him out of the water. So at this point, Ronald Acuna Jr. on as many plays every single day is a good one. I'll take him on over 2.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs, and you can just see I'm on him in such a bunch of different ways that one could cash, all could cash, but I want to make sure that I'm taking tickets that have Ronald Acuna Jr.'s name on it every single day. Let's get Mike Oxlong going back to the well. Mike is not giving this one up. Mike Oxlong is taking, speaking of, Luis Ariz over half a single. That is one of our favorite plays every single day. Let's make sure we go check on it. Appreciate you guys hitting that like button. We are going to give out another long ball, long shot of the day in a minute because we've hit 4,000 likes on TikTok Live. That said, if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, make sure you hit the like button on your video. And everybody, no matter the platform, subscribe to Butt Fumble Sports. Make sure you're subscribing. Okay. Minus 265, so chalky on this, but very consistent on over half a hit. So I will take the over. By the way, over half a single is what it's going off at. Very consistent. We are going to take this one. I'll play along with it as well. At this point, it's one that we should almost like keep on the board every single day because between Ronald Acuna Jr. over half a run and Luis Arraez over half a single, these are just part of our daily experience watching sports. So Luis Arraez over half a single, but it's chalky. So we have a couple of parlay plays for you. A three-leg parlay between Arraez, Tucker, and Cabrera, all getting a single. Interesting play, right? By the way, Jorge, Gleyber Torres did hit a home run last night. I was thinking about you guys when that happened. I was thinking about the viewers of this show and me talking about that yesterday. Mike, you're also going to take Shohei Ohtani on over half a hit. I am not going to tail this one today because of the blister yesterday. I'm just going to wait on it. Over half a hit, so Mike Oxlong really going out there on a limb, going with Luis Arraez over half a single. Shohei Ohtani looking for the over half a hit. I know it's 69% implied probability, but now it has hit that point where he's missed in 3 of the last 4 games. He has the blister. I'm not going to tail on this one. It is one that I am going to just hold off on. That said, let's go back to Joe Warren. He's taking Christian Yelich over half a hit. Let's get a look at that. By the way, I know a lot of you are throwing your comments in the comment section. No worries, everybody. We will get to all of them. Christian Yelich, over half a hit, 67% implied probability. This is only going off at minus 200, so this is actually a favorable play. Very consistent over the last, first of all, 4 games. Justin Steele against Yelich, lifetime. Yelich has the advantage on numbers. So interesting that this is only minus 200 given it's half a hit. I would absolutely jump on board with this one. Everybody, I think Joe Warren just found us a really good cashing ticket. That's Christian Yelich over half a hit. Really good find here. It is technically the leg of a parlay because it's minus 200. But Joe Warren, I'm just going to say thank you because that's a good find. That's a really good find, Joe. By the way, if you guys want your celebrity shot pick put up on the board, make sure you write in the comment section my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick because I want to make sure I distinguish that versus research. I know a lot of you guys like asking questions about which plays to take, want to make sure you're getting the attention you need, but also want these celebrity shot picks on the board. So let's just make sure we distinguish the two. I will put one more celebrity shot pick up on the board, and then we'll get to my long ball long shot of the day for hitting 4,000 likes. YA Tittle 24 is taking DJ LeMahieu. Yeah, I'm definitely spelling that wrong. Mayhew? Was I? This will help me. I can go to the cheat sheet. DJ, let's go. LeMahieu. Oh, he's not showing up. Yeah, DJ LeMahieu's not showing up. So let's double check on that one. Not seeing it. Not seeing DJ LeMahieu over the 1.5 bases, YA Tittle. So let's just confirm. Let's just confirm he's in the lineup, or let's confirm why he's not being seen. I'll throw that one up there later. We'll look at it in a little bit. By the way, yes, I agree. I think Shohei is the runaway MVP in the American League. At this point, I don't know how you don't give it to him. I know it's only half a season, but he has literally been the greatest baseball player of all time over half a season. Let's get G-Clips up here. We'll get G-Clips, and then we'll do the celebrity shot pick. I wanted to get one more long ball, long shot. I wanted to get one more celebrity shot pick up here. So Justin Steele over 5.5 strikeouts. And you are also taking Lane Thomas over half a hit. Well, Lane Thomas over half a hit I like as well. Right there with you on the over half a hit. We'll start with that one. I am all about Lane Thomas. I am such a big fan. I think he's one of the most underrated players in baseball. By the way, not available. Not available. So, G-Clips, let us know where you're seeing it. I'm not seeing it at the over half a hit. I'm seeing it at 1.5. If you did take it on over half a single, 57% implied probability on the over, I'm not hating on it. Pretty good trend. The only problem with it is, against Graham Ashcraft, I feel like he could get extra base hits. But that said, I might take this one. I'll put it up here. Not one I had prior to the show. Lane Thomas over half a single. I am intrigued by it. Additionally, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs I would take. 60% implied probability. This has cashed 9 out of the last 10 games. Yes, everybody, I am about the Lane Thomas play today. I'm going to keep it together, but this is one I had prior to the show. That's why the bullet point goes next to it. Lane Thomas over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Keep those celebrity shot picks going into the comment section. Don't worry, we'll get to all of them. But I do want to give out a long ball, long shot of the day. By the way, don't forget to hit that confetti. Don't forget to contribute to the show. When you do, we give out one of our favorite picks of the day, MLB picks, WNBA picks. But our long ball, long shot of the day that we'll give out next, Luis Robert. Luis Robert Jr., dude is a monster. And at this point, he's not just hitting bombs. He is destroying baseballs. Let's look at Luis Robert to hit a home run. I mentioned earlier the weather in that game is bananas. Insane. Home run city. Chicago, you are our favorite park today when it comes to home runs. Likelihood of home runs up 32% in that game. So that's why we already have Vladdy Guerrero Jr. and Luis Robert Jr. both up on the long ball, long shot of the day big board. To get him on a home run, 21% implied probability, plus 380. Can we get him on over half a hit? He has got a hit in 9 out of his last 10 games, and yet we can get it. It is minus 250, so just be mindful of that. But we'll throw this one up here as well. Luis Robert, over half a hit. Again, we distinguish it as a leg of a parlay. You guys already have 5 potential parlay legs to choose from. And again, one thing I'll always warn you guys about, mix and match them. Don't just build one, build 3 or 4. Kind of pair them off. If you have a unit of $1, just put together like 4 or 5 different parlay bets where Luis Arise, Robert, and Tucker, Arise, Robert, and Cabrera, Yelich, Tucker, and Robert. Just mix and match them. I think that's a really good way to create some cashing tickets. And again, you don't get too reliant on just one bet. Just something to be mindful of. So we pushed Luis Robert over half a hit, but we're not done there. We like him on also. Can we get him on 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs? At this point, you would feel like it should be set at 2, but they are giving it to us at 1.5. 80%. 8 out of the last 10 games, this is cashing. Okay, you worried about Jose Barrios maybe. Maybe that's why you're saying, okay, and I would understand it. 200 lifetime average, but it does include a home run. And Luis Robert, like I said, is one of the best hitters in baseball right now. I don't care the league. I don't care the side of the plate. Luis Robert right now is one of the best hitters in baseball. He absolutely deserves to have this bet. Minus 140, I'm taking it. Luis Robert, given the weather, don't want to do that. He's not meant to be with the WNBA. Luis Robert, over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Just to explain it, because sometimes you'll see that we're doubling up on certain names. It's because I want to make sure I'm kind of protecting myself. If he doesn't get the home run, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs could still cash. Over half a home run over half a hit could still cash. I'm not just someone who says, yeah, put down the long shot bet and that's it. Try to put in some kind of scaffolding to protect yourself. That way, even if you miss on the home run, you could still cash on another ticket, make back some of the money maybe you lost, add little coins to your earnings. Never a bad thing. Okay, we've hit 6,000 likes, so we will give out another long ball, long shot of the day in just 1 second. But I want to put out a few more. Jorge, he's not starting. Who's not starting? Let us know. G-Clips is taking Lane Thomas over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Appreciate you changing your pick to play along with us. For those that are curious, who is leading our Celebrity Shot contest for the month of July? It is Macy Toru, 7 wins. Jorge's second with 6. Dante has 5. Tito's Full Send has 5. Plenty of good contenders out here. That said, if you want to be in the contest, There is plenty of time left. This is not over. Get your celebrity shot picks in. We put 2 up on the board every single day for everyone who wants to participate. Put those in the comment section. If you're watching on TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, always feel like you can be a part of the show. Get those comments in because we love hearing from you guys. Chris Robert, celebrity shot pick number 2. Chris Roberts is taking Luis Roberts. Very fitting. Luis Roberts. And you're going to take him on the over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. You're playing along with us. So, Tail City. Let's go, Chris. Team cashing tickets on the same side, buddy. Yeah, DJ isn't starting. Thank you so much, Jorge. So for those who were asking about DJ LeMahieu just a little bit ago, he is not going to be starting in today's game. Good job, Jorge, doing the research for us. Really appreciate that. Tito's Full Send, as I mentioned just a moment ago, is very much in the contest with 5 wins, and he is up on the board now. Tito's Full Send. Will Tito's Full Send take the lead overnight tonight with these picks? The first one is going to be Angels, Padres, over, and you're taking that at 7.5. Like the idea of the alternative line here. Let's quickly look at that game. Looking at the Angels Padres, it's set at 8.5. You're taking the alternative line of 7.5, which is perfectly fine because it's minus 145. This hasn't been as consistent of late for the Angels, but for the Padres, the offense has started to come alive a little bit. Looking at the 2 starting pitchers in this one, Patrick Sandoval, 4.5 ERA, yuck. On the other side, Seth Lugo, 3.6 at this point. Not bad, not great. The whip is a touch high. On the other side, the whip is high again. If we look at the numbers against Seth Lugo lifetime, though, this is the one thing I'd be noticing. Bad numbers against him. Might want to take the Padres today. This might be a good opportunity to take them. Sandoval, though, other side, both teams, bad numbers against the starting pitchers. So I'm not going to take this game. Very interesting that you are. There is one. Actually, no. I'm not even taking this game for a run in the first inning. There is nothing about this game that I'm actually touching right now. Interesting. Tito's Full Send, taking that over. Tito's Full Send's also taking the Nats plus 1.5. That I do like. Nationals plus 1.5. That I also agree with, actually. So if we look at that Reds-Nationals game, looking at the Nationals plus 1.5, this has been consistently covering for them 70% of the time. Again, Graham Ashcraft, he's got the Devils ERA, 6.66 over there. You know he's cursed. Meanwhile, Josiah Gray, he's been pitching much better of late. Like the idea, good call, Tito's Full Send. I'm also going to take it. No alternative line to take. If I were to take the Nationals at plus 2.5, it's minus 235. Nope. But I am going to jump on board with this one. I will take the Nationals plus 1.5. Good call. Nice play. Not one that I had prior to the show, so I will put the asterisk next to it. If you want more of my plays, make sure you hit that confetti. Eloy Jimenez. Let's check out Eloy Jimenez. I know Jorge has been hitting that up for a minute. Eloy Jimenez. Over half a hit, 1.5. Over half a single is what you also asked about. 52% implied probability. He does have a single. Wow. 7 straight games he has a single. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Lifetime against Burrios. He also has good numbers. Frankly, I almost don't like him on the single now because I actually think he could hit a home run. I could think he could hit extra base hits. I understand the single at minus 108, so I'm not going to discourage it, but I actually like it. 1.5 bases is what I would take. I know that the trend, I actually think the trend's there. I'm taking this. At plus 105, absolutely. I'm going to jump on board with this one, everybody. Leg of a parlay, Eloy Jimenez, over 1.5 bases. Again, warning you guys, this actually is a plus money play. I think it's a really strong one based off of the trend. based off of his stats against Jose Barrios. What is he to hit a home run? 21% implied probability, plus 380. Just keeping an eye on it. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. This has been cashing too. 7 straight games, minus 150. I'm doubling up on this. Doubling up on Eloy Jimenez. Over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. By the way, you know what my favorite way to cash these tickets? When it's over 1.5 bases and over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, it's not a home run. It's 2 singles. For some reason, I love when someone just gets 2 singles. It's like, oh, what a secure way of cashing those tickets. I get such a kick out of that. I know. That's Butt Fumble Sports nerding out for you right there. Stephen Pock. Let's get Stephen Pock up on the board. Interesting that you're taking Shohei Ohtani. Again, I'm kind of avoiding him today. Little bit hesitant to take him simply because I am concerned about the blister. Just going to give it a day or two. But let's get Stephen Pock up on the board. For those curious, I know Stephen probably is. Stephen Pock right now, 3 wins, went 0-2 yesterday, so looking to get back into the race. Stephen Pock is taking Angels on the money line. And Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run. You are on the board, Stephen. Appreciate all those who are watching. Make sure you're hitting that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. No matter the platform, make sure you're a part of this amazing Butt Fumble Sports community. We are now going to be adding more shows to the Butt Fumble Sports programming. So yes, we will be doing shows almost every night. We will be coming back on TikTok Live at like 7, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you love our content, if you love our rants, if you want to hear more from Butt Fumble Sports and not just in sports betting or fantasy sports, make sure you're following us. That way you know every time we're live. It'll probably just be on TikTok Live, but you never know. So make sure you're also following on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. That way you're always connected to our platforms and always can find us. Albert Einstein. Das good? Albert Einstein giving out his celebrity shot picks of the day. Einstein just has 1 win so far in the month of July, so let's see if he can put 2 together. Eduardo Rodriguez over 4.5 strikeouts. Let's look at that one really quick because that one was mentioned earlier. Let's look at Eduardo Rodriguez strikeouts. 53% implied probability on the over, minus 134, 115. Look at how consistent this has been. Really consistent against left-handed pitching. How have the Oakland A's done this year? Yuck. Not one average is above 300. In fact, a majority of these averages are actually below 200. Disgusting. All right, against Eduardo Rodriguez, small sample sizes. The one thing I do note, though, is even though the averages are dog poop on your porch, the strikeout numbers could be worse, actually. So just something to be mindful of. But are we getting this at 4.5? Yes, we are. Based on the trend, you got to take this one, right, everybody? At home, it's 5-0 as a cashing ticket. I'll play along with this one. I'll put this one up on the board. That's Eduardo Rodriguez over 4.5 strikeouts. I'll play that one as well. It's just been too consistent not to, everybody. That's why we have it. If you want more of my picks, make sure you hit that confetti, that live goal confetti. Cullen, great to see you back in the Celebrity Shot contest. Let's get Cullen up on the board. Cullen, wonderful to see you. I just got to say, I love seeing all these familiar faces that join the show every single day. It's such an awesome feeling to know that we're building loyalty here at Butt Fumble Sports. People that show up every single day. I know some of you guys have work. Some of you guys have life responsibilities, and yet you guys are making the time to find ways to join the show, get your picks in. Really appreciate your support. Make sure you guys are following, subscribing. Big shout out to all of you guys. Again, one other note. I mentioned this. We'll have a couple of things for subscribers. One, for TikTok Live subscribers, we will be doing a fantasy football league. So if you want to be a part of that, Make sure you subscribe today. Additionally, we will have a survivor pool for the NFL. A survivor pool for the NFL for TikTok Live subscribers. So if you want to be a part of our survivor pool for the NFL season, make sure you subscribe to TikTok Live today. We will be doing that. Getting my notes together, actually, already looking ahead to Survivor Pool year. I love Survivor Pool. I love fantasy football. I can't wait for NFL season. Cullen, you are up on the board, buddy. Welcome back into the show. Rendon to get a hit. Is Rendon healthy? I thought he might have been out. Is he back? Anthony Rendon, can we just check on that? Yeah, I thought he was out, so double check on it. I thought Anthony Rendon was out, so might want to take a look at that. By the way, Tom, do you want that to be your celebrity shot pick of the day? Just write in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick. Make sure you throw that one out there because Tom, I love where your head's at. I know we haven't gotten any confetti yet, but yes, I am going to put this one up on my board. It is the Athletics, Tigers, no run in the first inning, everybody. I am putting out that pick. Again, we went 72% on our tickets yesterday, so definitely hit that live goal confetti. We want to give out more of our picks throughout the show. Tito's full send. I also have Rockies to cover 1.5 and Braves game over 10 on my personal picks. A couple of you guys have brought up that Braves game. Looking at the over in that game very quickly, that is the Braves and the Guardians over 10. But Fumble Sports, we don't need to take the 10. We can find an alternative line. Over an 8.5 at minus 190. I absolutely would jump on board with this. Soroka on the mound for the Braves. Quantrill on the mound for the Guardians. If I just look at what these two starting pitchers have offered up as ERAs, 6.89, 6.18. If just things hold true, if water finds its level, this game will be over 8.5 runs. Absolutely jumping on board with that. So, another one I'm taking is Braves, Guardians, over 8.5. One more for you, just to be friendly, just to give out some picks. Having a lot of fun, so want to give that out. And another one I will give out is going to be Braves, Guardians, yes to a run in the first inning. And I have a really good implied probability on that. 61.7% on Braves, Guardians, yes to a run in the first inning. So that's why I like the over. That's why I like the yes run in the first inning. So picks galore coming at you here at Butt Fumble Sports. Jorge, some NFL news. Giannis undergoes a cleanup surgery in his knee. His status is uncertain for the FIBA World Cup. I got to be honest, Jorge, I don't care about the FIBA World Cup. I care about the Olympics as international competition. When it comes to international competition outside of that, I really don't care. I think that's something in which the world is far more competitive about it than the United States. I also don't think Greece would necessarily have a good chance of winning. There are so many other countries that have really good competition at this point, so I think it is better. You can just see Giannis is in lock-in mode, whether it's the haircut, getting the surgery. He is doing everything he can to make 2023, 2024 a very successful year for the Bucks. So I actually think Giannis is doing the right things. Get the surgery now, recover during the offseason, be ready for the regular season. That's what a superstar should do. Just thinking of The Last Dance and Scottie Pippen, you can be there for the start of the year, or you can have your summer and then make the season your recovery time. I think it's better that a superstar like Giannis builds in the recovery into his offseason. He makes the sacrifice so he can be there for his team and his teammates. Joe Warren, thank you so much for sharing the channel. Appreciate it. Is it NFL season yet, Jacob? Not quite yet. I shouldn't say that, though. I actually think, Jacob, yes, it actually is NFL season. It's mock draft season. It's futures bet season. Jacob, I actually think once it hits July, we actually kind of hit the start of NFL season. It is the training camp for NFL fans, NFL bettors, fantasy football owners. So I actually think we have started NFL season. And in fact, I'm going to do a mock draft later this week. I'm going to do a mock draft later at night. It's going to be a nighttime show. So make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. That way you can be a part of that mock draft. I love auction drafts, but we will do some snake drafts as well, just so we can play through the scenarios, who we should pick, how they should be valued, what players to avoid. So, Jacob, actually, it is NFL season. Jorge, does Eduardo Rodriguez coming off the IL scare you? This is kind of a tongue-in-cheek answer, but no, only because Eduardo Rodriguez has been on the IL so often in his career that he actually has more experience coming off the IL than a lot of other pitchers. So when he comes back, if he's healthy enough to be on the field, I actually believe that he kind of reverts back to the form that we just, not the high-quality pitcher, but kind of what his norm is. His norm is about 5 strikeouts this year. That's why I like the 4.5. So, Jorge, if it were a pitcher who was inexperienced being on the IL, I'd be more worried. Eduardo Rodriguez he's like the Kawhi Leonard of baseball. He's on the IL all the time. So, let's get to a stealing is sharing pick because Joe Warren shared the channel. By the way, again, our stealing is sharing picks yesterday went 5 for 7. So we did really well on those yesterday. First one I'm going to give out is also going to be in this Nationals game. C.J. Abrams. C.J. Abrams. Let's show what we could get on a stolen base for him. Over half a stolen base, 20% implied probability. You could get it at plus 400. This isn't a guy you're expecting to hit a home run. So if you wanted to find a way to get him on really good odds, over half a stolen base. Now, if we like him on over half a base, let's look at over half a hit. What about over half a base? Probably set at 1.5. Nope, it's over half a base. That's what we're going to take it at. 69% implied probability. Not a great trend. Okay. Not really what we want. But we're really all about the opportunity to take him against Graham Ashcraft. Against right-handed pitching this year. Abrams has a 254 average. Not good. You know, I wish it were a touch better. I wish it were closer to 265. But I do like him on a stolen base today. So over half a base, minus 220. I'll take that one as well. Let's throw it up on the board. C.J. Abrams taking over half a base. Love to see it. Tito's full send. Should we give Tito's full send to Bing Bong? I guess I just did. Bing Bong. There you go, Tito's full send. And you just shared the channel, which means we'll give out another stolen base pick. Let's give out another one. And we are going to go back to Travis Jankowski. Travis Jankowski of the Texas Rangers. Now, the reason I really like him today is Brian Bayo, really talented young pitcher of the Red Sox, but does not do a great job at preventing stolen bases. Travis Jankowski, good lefty-righty matchup. Likelihood of him getting a stolen base, 23% implied probability. You could get it at plus 340. Let's look at over half a base for him. Nope, it's 1.5. Over a half a hit, though, 69% implied probability. This is cashed in 7 of the last 8 games against right-handed pitching this year. Travis Jankowski is hitting 290. Now, it's always a bit of a challenge for me because there are 2 players I like, Travis Jankowski and then Tavares. 2 players I like to get stolen bases against right-handed pitching when it's the Rangers. So you might want to consider both of them. I'm putting Travis Jankowski on the stolen base and over half a hit, but you may also want to consider Tavares as well. This is a leg of a parlay, everybody. This is a minus 220. Just be mindful of that. So, that was the latest pick we put up there. I will also just show you, because I mentioned it, let's show Tavares. Over half a stolen base, 18% implied probability, so not as good as Jankowski, but plus 450, just showing it to you. Maybe we also take him on just over half a hit, because he has good numbers this year against right-handed pitching, as I mentioned. Over half a hit, that's a minus 225 play. That's actually just a good play on its own. So I won't put the over half a stolen base up on the board, but I think that's a good research play that we just found. Tavares over half a hit. It is a leg of a parlay, but a good play. There you go, everybody. Another pick up on our board. Jorge, let's get Jorge's celebrity shot pick up on the board. Again, Jorge, for those that are curious, is in second right now with 6 correct picks in the month of July. So, Jorge, is today your day? Let's see. Jorge, Belena. And you are going to take Eloy Jimenez over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Very interesting. Jorge tailing us. Bing bong. By the way, Candyman, we suffered the same fate yesterday. They replaced Cody Senga with Max Scherzer yesterday, so yes, I ripped those off the board. I didn't count those as a loss, I just ripped it off. No, the Mets kind of juked us. They gave us that Euro step. Yeah, instead of it being Cody Senga, it was Max Scherzer. But Candyman, the WNBA is back, so maybe you want to look into some of those games. Candyman, I have 3 WNBA picks of my own. Guys, make sure you're hitting that confetti. I would love to give out some of my picks. But Candyman, curious to know if you go to the WNBA for your celebrity shot picks today. Candyman's doing his WNBA research. Let's go, Candyman. I am excited. I am pumped. Boss Lady Murr is in the show, sharing and liking the channel. Boss Lady Murr, do you have a celebrity shot pick? I don't think Boss Lady Murr has been in the contest so far for the month of July. Boss Lady Murr has actually not been in our celebrity shot contest at all. Boss Lady Murr, no picks? Go after that t-shirt, Boss Lady Murr. Let's see it. Mike Oxlong, Jesus Luzardo, and last 3 starts has been outstanding. You're exactly right. And the Marlins today have him on the bump. On the other side, going up against the Marlins. Oh, no, they don't. It's Brian Hoeing. Yeah. Wednesday. That's who I'm seeing. I'm not seeing Jesus Luzardo. Or was that yesterday? Are you talking about, was he on yesterday? Sorry. Now I'm confused. You're throwing me off, Mike. Candyman, good call. Good call. Oh, okay, Mike, yeah. Jesus Luzardo. By the way, if you guys don't remember, Jesus Luzardo was considered one of the best young prospects in the Yankee system. They traded him to the Seattle Mariners. Don't remember who it was for, but they traded him to the Mariners, and he has blossomed, not with the Mariners, though, with the Marlins. I believe he was involved in another trade with the Marlins, and he has done really well there. The Marlins have one of the best young pitching staffs in baseball. If you're not paying attention to the Miami Marlins, your fault. They're in the running for the wild card, and they're a team that I think nobody will want to face in a wild card game because they have good enough starting pitching, and they know how to make contact, manufacture a run here and there. I think the Miami Marlins are actually a dangerous team, not just in the wild card chase, but maybe in an actual wild card game. And given how deep their pitching is, classic Miami Marlins, when the Marlins make the playoffs, they are a threat to go deep because they almost always have good starting pitching. They have that this year. Keep your eye on the Miami Marlins. Harley, appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I would love to see some of these live confetti picks be able to be dropped on everybody. Mike, he is elite. At this point, he is. Yep. I think he should be in the Cy Young contention, at least for now. Yeah, Luzardo, nasty. Yeah, Luzardo, Cabrera, Yuri Perez. Funny enough, Sandy Alcantara is the worst of that foursome. Isn't that impressive? Oh, it was Luzardo for Starling Marte. Interesting. So it was the Mets. Sorry, it was the Mets, not the Yankees. Thank you. Good call, G-Clips. Thank you so much. By the way, did you guys, this is just a question for you guys, did you guys like doing that Immaculate grid yesterday? We did the Immaculate grid live on the screen. Did people enjoy that? Tito's full send. Great call picking him up in fantasy baseball. Good call by you. But did you guys like doing that Immaculate grid yesterday? Let us know. By the way, I totally think Sandy Alcantara could have a great second half to the year. So just because he's struggling now, I would actually buy him. I would buy low on him. I think there's an opportunity for him to have a really fantastic August and September, especially since I think the pressure is going to come off of him with some of these other guys emerging. Can we look at tailing options of fading Ashcraft? Sure. Let's look at Graham Ashcraft. We already looked at over 2.5 earned runs. We're all about that. Let's also look at walks allowed. Over 1.5 actually is a good trend, not necessarily a good implied probability. I am going to take it. I am going to kind of fade Graham Ashcraft all across the board. So I will jump on this one. This is going to be Graham Ashcraft over 1.5 walks allowed. Taking that. Would we also take him on hits allowed? Let's look at that one as well. We've already taken him on runs allowed. This would be an ultimate fade job. Hits allowed, 6.5. That's a touch too high for me. I actually think 6.5 is a little too high. So you guys did like Jorge like that yesterday. Let us know if you like that Immaculate Grid play yesterday. I would love to do that again today as another one of our features in the show. By the way, Shun Carter has 2 celebrity shot picks. Let's get Shun Carter up on the board. By the way, we will have an MLB trivia question in just a little bit for you guys. So if you guys love our trivia questions every day, we will have one for you in just a little bit. Let's get Shun Carter up on the celebrity shot big board. Appreciate you bringing in your celebrity shot picks. Shun Carter is taking Astros on the, is it Astros on the money line or Astros on the run line? It's Astros minus 1.5. And you are also taking the Braves first 5. So Braves first 5, money line. Shun Carter, you're up on the board. Love it. Let's look at, by the way, Tito's Full Send. So happy you cashed on those tickets yesterday. Good job. Good job. We're going to look at Teoscar Hernandez. This is what we're going to do over the next few minutes. We're going to look at Teoscar Hernandez. Then we are going to give out another long ball, long shot of the day. And then we're going to do our Immaculate Grid. Okay? We're going to play along and we're going to do our Immaculate Grid right in front of you. But first, let's look up Teoscar Hernandez. And specifically, we're looking up over half a hit, 68% implied probability, 5 straight games against Alex Cobb. Fantastic numbers. Jorge, you found a frickin' gem. Great job, buddy. Great call. Putting it up on our board. Appreciate you guys doing work, too. It's not just Butt Fumble Sports bringing the research, doing the research. You guys do a great job, too. Really appreciate it because we are team cashing tickets here at Butt Fumble Sports. Love it. Teoscar Hernandez over half a hit. It is the leg of a parlay here at minus 239. But still, we've given out a bunch of good legs of parlays. There's some opportunities here, just like Tito's Full Send did. Jorge's going to make it his second leg of a parlay, or not the second leg of a parlay, his second celebrity shot pick. So, Teoscar Hernandez over half a hit. Now, promised we would also now give out a long ball, long shot of the day. Next thing we're going to do, I'm going to go to Brandon Belt, another one from this game. Yes, we'll give out more from different games in a moment, but let's go to Brandon Belt to hit a home run. 23% implied probability, plus 340 is the play. Let's see if we can get him on over half a hit. Yes, we can. 62% implied probability. Has hit in the last 2 and 7 of the last 10. So taking that one as well. Brandon Belt over half a hit. Now the odds on this one, minus 170. So actually, it's a standalone. Very, very nice. Very nice. So it's a standalone. Okay, let's have some fun now, and let's do the Immaculate Grid of the day. I will say, this is a spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Immaculate Grid. We're about to do our Immaculate Grid. Jorge, yeah, might not have shown up for us. We're still working on making sure we get those in every single day correctly. But spoiler alert for the Immaculate Grid, we are going to do the play-along Immaculate Grid today. So if you guys liked that yesterday, we are going to do it again today. So everybody, Immaculate Grid is just a fun, it's like Wordle for baseball fans. So hope you guys play along today. Tito's full send. You cashed on that earlier. Very nice, Tito's. I know we talked about it. I know we talked about it in the show. Great job on it yesterday. Okay, gonna play along. First one, Orioles, Cubs. First one that came to mind for me about this one was actually Sammy Sosa. I know a lot of you guys may not remember him with the Orioles, but that came to mind. 16% of the people filling this out put in Sammy Sosa. Guardians, Orioles. First, the one that came to mind for me, actually, was Roberto Alomar Jr. I don't know if you guys remember him in the spitting incident that he had when he was with the Orioles, but most of you know him when he was in Cleveland. Unbelievable Hall of Fame player. Roberto Alomar, if he wasn't like a bad person and didn't spit on that umpire, I think a lot of us would talk about him as one of the best infielders of all time. Great contact hitter, unbelievable glove man. So Roberto Alomar was the second one I came up with. For a 300 hitter for the Orioles, I went with Rafael Palmeiro. I usually like to bring him up because he's kind of forgotten by baseball fans because of the infamous steroids hearing. So Palmeiro was my guy, and only 2% of the audience picked him. So that's why I went with that. Now, Cubs and Mets. This was a tricky one for me for a little while. There are a bunch of different guys that I was like, oh, where do I go for this? So the one that I ultimately landed on was Moises Alou. Took me a little while to think about it, but Moises Alou was the one I actually came up with for this. Most of you guys remember him with the Cubs, the Bartman play, but he did get to the Mets later in his career. So Moises Alou, everybody knows what's famous about Moises Alou. Pete on those hands, just like Jorge Posada. Anyways, continuing it, Mets, Guardians. I went with a pretty chalky play here. I know there are probably some better ones, but I went pretty chalky with this, and I went with Francisco Lindor. Very chalky, 52%, kind of where I'm losing my percentage advantage on this one. But for those who are worried about me with a percentage, issue, the Mets 300 hitter on this, I actually went with John Olerud. A lot of you guys may forget how good a hitter John Olerud was. He was on the Mets, really good hitter. I was inspired by the Mariners that got me thinking about him. Now, I will admit, Cubs and Mariners was one that I actually missed when I did this earlier, because obviously you could tell I'm coming up with this pretty fast. But Mariners, Cubs, I couldn't remember. So if you guys have a suggestion for the Cubs and Mariners, who was a player that was both on the Cubs and Mariners? I couldn't remember. But for the Guardians, for Cleveland, and for Seattle, I had a great one. Do you guys remember the closer, Jose Mesa? Do you remember him? This kind of tells you when I grew up. I was a big 1990s baseball fan. Only 2% put Jose Mesa. Do you guys remember him? Closer for the Guardians in that 97 World Series? I don't know if you guys remember him, but I certainly do. Also, finally, in the bottom right quadrant for the Mariners 300 hitter, I actually went with Alex Rodriguez. I'm sure a lot of people went with Ichiro. But Alex Rodriguez, early years with the Mariners, only 6%. So, guys, do you have someone for this bottom left quadrant? Because I didn't. I actually missed on this square. Cubs, Mariners. Give me one player. Clevenger, interesting. How about another one? Do you guys have a player who played on both the Mariners and the Cubs, filling out our Immaculate Grid for the day? We have pretty good percentages across the board, except for Francisco Lindor. That was pretty chalky, not going to lie. That was pretty chalk. Do you guys have a Cubs, Mariners player? Write it in the comments section if you do. Filling out our Immaculate Grid for the day. I did put up that spoiler alert, by the way, so just in case. Does anyone have a pick? Let us know. Glenn Allen Hill? What? Ronnie Sedano? Here we go. We're going to try it. Wow, we got... And a 94 rarity score. That is really impressive, everybody. So we did very well on our Immaculate Grid. Filled it out. Nice call, Tito's Full Send. That's how we just filled out our Immaculate Grid. Second day of filling that out on the show. Just another way we can have some fun talking sports, talking baseball here at Butt Fumble Sports. Guys, make sure that you're following us every single day. Make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. Check out our blog content. You can see our show schedule. We will be having even more shows. This is for our daily show, but we will be on at night now between 7, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time almost every night. So make sure you guys are following us. Make sure you're a part of this incredible Butt Fumble Sports community. And yes, we have entered NFL mock draft season, fantasy football mock draft season. So we have finally entered the time. If you're getting your fantasy leagues ready, if you're starting to do your research, make sure you join us at night. We'll be doing a lot of fantasy football research and conversation, as well as just watching games, hanging out. Think of it like a mega cast. We have our fantasy football, our fantasy baseball lineup up on our website. Also, check out the best game trends of the day and the best hitter-pitcher matchups. Let's get to Masataka Yoshida because he's our cover boy for today for our DFS lineup. So let's go to Masataka Yoshida. Over 1.5 bases is what I'm looking at. 1.5. 58% implied probability on the under. So let's look at 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. That's got the much better implied probability at 62%. Taking him in against John Gray. Doesn't have any lifetime stats, obviously, against him. But the real reason that I like this play against right-handed pitching this year, Yoshida, 303 average with 7 home runs. Really like that. So I will take Masataka Yoshida over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. By the way, haven't gotten any live goal confetti yet. Still have a ton of picks to give out. So guys, make sure you're hitting that live goal confetti. Would love to drop some more of these picks on you guys. Ton of picks to give out. Get those in, everybody. Get those in. By the way, Reds Nationals, we actually meant to put run in the first inning as well. Reds Nationals, yes to a run the first inning. Keep in mind that Rockies-Astros game is starting in about 50 minutes. That's the first game of the day, everybody. So get those picks in. I will give out a pick for that game right now. I do like the Astros first 5 on the money line. Astros first 5 on the money line. And I do like the Astros on the money line as well. So 2 picks up on the board right now that I just added there for all of those who are watching. Make sure you're hitting that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. If you want to be a part of our survivor pool for the NFL season, make sure you're subscribing on TikTok Live. By the way, we will get to our trivia question in about 15 minutes. We will do our baseball trivia question of the day in about 15 minutes, everybody. Keep hitting the like button. When we get up to 10,000 likes, we'll give out another long ball, long shot of the day. In case you guys are curious, I have 3 more to give out. I also have 2, 4. I have 5 more stolen base picks to give out. So a ton of plays still to give out. Let's go Cody Bellinger. Let's look at him. Cody Bellinger. Over half a hit. 65% implied probability. What do we call this, everybody? When we see this much green on our screen, we call it a lawn. That's what we call it, everybody. This is some lawnage right here. Straight green across the screen. We've got lawnage over half a hit. This is a good play against right-handed pitching this year. First of all, he's 2 for 2 lifetime against this pitcher. He's got 284 average this year against right-handed pitching. This is a great call, everyone. This is a really good find. It's a standalone play. Cody Bellinger over half a hit. This is a good play, good find, good job, Jorge. Jorge just shared the channel too, so let's give out another stolen base pick. Next one we're going to give out, kind of doubling down on the Ronald Acuna Jr. a little bit here, Michael Harris II. And I do this simply because Michael Harris II and Ronald Acuna Jr. are facing Cal Quantrill. He is not good at holding runners. So, Michael Harris II. Let's see on stolen bases. 26% implied probability, plus 285. On the other side of things, if he's getting a stolen base, we like him to get on base. 1.5 bases, no. 1.5 hits, yes. 70% implied probability. 70, or he's hit 7 out of the last 10 times he's gotten on base, gotten a hit. So we'll take this. It is a parlay play of the day. It is a leg of a parlay. But Michael Harris II over half a hit. And yes, we put those symbols next to it to let you guys know it is the leg of a parlay. Michael Harris II rather, is incredibly underrated, Jorge. I actually think part of the reason that he's underrated is because he struggled earlier in the year. He wasn't having the kind of start that a lot of people expected. He's turned that around. He's been one of the best hitters over, let's say, the last 6 weeks. I don't think he's getting nearly enough attention. It reminds me a little bit of Jordan Walker. People had expectations. He kind of hit a bump in the road. Since, maybe June 1st, he's really come on strong. But people aren't talking about him like they should because he did have that kind of struggle at one point in the year. So Michael Harris II, I think, is a really good player. I'm really impressed by how he's turned things around this year. Keep your eye on him as someone for the second half of the year who could continue to flourish. If you're in a year-long fantasy league in baseball, keep your eye on trying to pick up trade for Michael Harris II. Can we check out Jose Abreu? Of course we can, Tito's full send. Jose Abreu. It's 1.5 hits, so that tells you a lot right there. That's not a favorable play for us at 1.5. Let's look at hits, runs, RBIs. This is 1.5. This is a much better trend against Chase Anderson. Lifetime, he's just 1 for 3, so I understand you might have been trying to find a way to jump on board with it. 245 lifetime, or against right-handed pitching this year, rather. 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I kind of want to take it, but I'm not convinced enough. So I'm actually not going to take this one. I'm leaning towards yes, but I'm just not going to take it. So Tito's full send, what I would say is I lean towards the yes on this, but I don't have a high enough confidence level to put it up on my big board. Speaking of my big board, I've got a ton of picks to give out, guys. Hit that live goal confetti. I believe it's like 50 cents, so not that much. Hey, Barack Obama just joined the show. He's got the dough for it. Make sure you guys are contributing to the show, no matter the platform, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or TikTok Live. Every time you guys contribute, we give out a pick. By the way, I did want to rant about what the Brewers did yesterday in their game. I don't know if you guys saw this, but in yesterday's game, the Brewers, midway through an inning, actually closed the roof. Midway through the game, halfway through the inning. So the Cubs hit in the sun. Meanwhile, the Brewers then were able to move the roof, so they got to hit in the shade in the last 2 innings. They ended up coming back to win that game. Total Bush League move by the Milwaukee Brewers. The worst thing I've seen an organization do. We talk about pitchers using sticky stuff to get an advantage. What about eliminating the sun from your eyes? Changing the hitting perspective to make it easier for hitters on your team as opposed to the other team. You may say this is just whining, this is just complaining. I think you're totally wrong. I think this is some bullshit. I think the Brewers pulled a fast one. They were struggling to hit yesterday. Meanwhile, the Cubs had a lead, and then they closed the roof midway through an inning, so they get the better advantage in the final few innings of the game, and they end up winning. Major League Baseball needs to look at this. If it's raining, if there's real reason to close the roof, halfway through a game, I understand. If, again, much like with lights, if all of a sudden it starts to get dark at a ballpark that was starting in a day game and you have to turn on the lights midway through the game or midway through an inning, totally understand that. But to give the home team that kind of advantage where they can decide to close the roof and have a hitting advantage when it comes to the perspective of the ball for the final 2 innings of a game, complete bush league. I wish Major League Baseball had the baseballs to do something about it, but Rob Manfred is an absolute puss. Rob Manfred is one of the weakest, most pathetic commissioners in all of sports. I'm so tired of this guy. I thought he was going to be good for baseball, but instead he's been a total joke. The way he's handled that Oakland A's protest was completely pathetic. I bet he'll come down on the side of nothingness on this. I bet he'll say nothing. I bet the Brewers will not have any consequences. But David Ross in his post-game comments was absolutely right. David Ross is not usually someone who curses, isn't someone who flies off the handle. He's a very likable guy. But David Ross said it right. Fucking bullshit. Normally I don't curse as well, but that was right. What the Brewers tried to pull yesterday was ridiculous. I wish Major League Baseball had the frickin' stones to do something about it. Don't worry, they won't. Baseball will stay as passive and pathetic as it has for the last few years. But boy, what a weak move by the Milwaukee Brewers. That really caught my eye. Again, we've got our picks up on the board. Now that I got that off my chest, woo! Needed to get that one off there. You could tell that one was burning up a little bit. We will do our trivia question of the day in about 5 minutes. But if you've got questions about today's games, if you want our picks, you guys know what to do. Keep hitting that like button, everybody. We will give out more long ball, long shots of the day. So keep hitting that like button. Don't slow down now. Once we get up to, what do we need to get to? Let's see. Let's see where we're at with the likes. Would love to get that up, another long ball, long shot of the day up on the board. Let's look at Gene Segura. Once we get to 10,000 likes, everybody. Once we get to 10,000 likes. I actually think I owe you guys one, to be honest. Gene Segura, over half a hit, has been a very good play. Very consistent against left-handed pitching this year. Gene Segura is hitting just 212, though. Only 212. Man, I really want to take this play, but the 212 scares me away a little bit. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it, actually. Hasn't been a good play at home. I'm not going to take this play. Think it's a bit of a trap. Let's give out another long ball, long shot of the day. Next one we're going to give out is going to be Josh Naylor. Josh Naylor of the Cleveland Guardians. Let's look at Josh Naylor on over half a home run. 17% implied probability, plus 500 on the odds. Let's see what it would be over half a hit. Can we get that? No, it's 1.5. 1.5 bases. The under's the strong implied probability. So over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs is the other play we're going to take. Over the last 8 games, this has been a very good ticket. So we're going to keep playing it. Against Mike Soroka, lifetime. Josh Naylor has good stats, 2 for 3 lifetime. Josh Bell, good stats. Ahmed Rosario, good stats. We're going to look at all 3 of these guys. Let's get Josh Naylor on the board for over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Then we're going to look at Josh Bell. Let's also look at Josh Bell, and then we'll look at Rosario as well. So we'll make our rounds through the Cleveland Guardians. Can I get over half a hit? Yes, I can. Minus 180. That's what I'm going to take, given his history against Soroka. So Josh Bell, over half a hit. By the way, again, standalone play, not a leg of a parlay. Let's keep it going. Let's look at Rosario. Over 1.5 hits? No. Over 1.5 bases? No. Hits, runs, RBIs? That is a good play. Has been too, very consistent as well. So not just good numbers against Soroka, but also a good play based off of recent trend. Really like to see that. Over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. The only other one I'm kind of curious is Rosario over half a single. What could I get with Rosario over half a single just to check it out really quick? 61% implied probability, minus 155. This is cashed in 5 straight games. I'm going to take this one as well. It isn't one that I had prior to the show, but Ahmed Rosario, over half a hit. That's another one I like, so wasn't one I expected to take, but one I like. Hey, maybe he's due for some good hits, Tito's full send. Waldachuk is a fade. Waldachuk fade time. I understand that. By the way, let's actually do some reverse engineering, everybody. Let's do our reverse engineering on walks, and then we'll do our trivia question. So let's go to the over for walks allowed. This is something we do every day, looking at the pitchers who have the highest implied probability on walks allowed. Alec Marsh, you're starting us off, and we're taking it. So, Alec Marsh, over 1.5 walks allowed. First one we're going to take. Next one we're going to look at. Taijuan Walker, 62% implied probability. Hasn't hit in 3 straight games, though. Not going to touch it. Still does have good implied probability, so keep an eye on it. Lance Lynn, this has good trends, good implied probability, good odds. Lance Lynn, over 1.5 walks allowed. Let's keep the fun rolling. JP France, over 1.5 walks allowed, 3 out of the last 4 games. Yeppers. Did he just say yeppers? Yeah, he did. Shout out to Michael Scott. What have I told you about yeppers? Don't say it. So you're not going to say it anymore? Yeesh. Okay, Brian Hoeing. This has been decently consistent, not consistent at home, not going to take it. Randy Vasquez, not trusting it. Cody Senga's 2.5. Brian Bayo. This has actually been fairly consistent at home. Something to consider. Not going to take it, but something to consider is Brian Bayo. Alex Cobb. Had been very consistent this year. Less consistent of late. Over the 1.5. I do kind of like the play, but I'm not going to take it. Kremer. That's kind of where I am, because Patrick Sandoval, you can't get him at 1.5 anymore. So those were the plays I like. Only 3 today. Only 3 pitchers I like to get over 1.5 walks. Harley knows what I'm talking about. Yesh. Okay, no confetti. No confetti from folks. Okay, clearly you guys are hating on our picks. We hit 72% of our picks yesterday. We are cashing at 67% through the month of July so far. For the show, we're cashing at about a 64.7% rate since we started doing the show about 2 months ago. So guys, make sure you hit that live goal confetti. Get those picks from us. They are valuable. Jorge, let's look at Pablo Lopez under on strikeouts. Pablo Lopez on strikeouts. 7.5, that's way too high. Wow, that's high. It's against the Kansas City Royals. He had hit consistently over the last few games. Harley, maybe you're right. Maybe everyone blew their cash on fireworks, or maybe their fingers are hurting. Maybe they had a JPP situation. Let's look at strikeouts against Pablo Lopez. See, this is what concerns me. You're kind of split. You have a couple players with a high strikeout rate, a number with low. We talked about, or you saw the picture of Salvador Perez. We're going to take him on a player prop in a moment. I kind of like the under on this as well. I'm kind of caught. I'm not going to take it, but I lean towards the under. So Jorge, I do lean towards the under on it. But let's look at Salvador Perez. He has good numbers against Pablo Lopez lifetime. Salvador Perez, can we just get him on over half a hit? Yes, we can. 64% implied probability. Hasn't been a great trend of late, but it's a standalone play. I do like it. Salvador Perez, over half a hit. Bingo. Another pickup on the board. We have a ton more picks to give out. So, guys, hit that like button, hit that follow button, share the channel, do all the help. Do all that work and we'll do the work. Let's do our trivia question of the day, everybody. Let's do our trivia question of the day. Oh, but I don't like that question. I don't like that question. Didn't see it. Okay, don't like that question. Okay, here's a trivia question for you. Okay. Trivia question for you. Ready? Who was on deck when Hank Aaron hit home run number 715? So don't cheat. Don't look. We're playing by an honor system here. Who was on deck when Hank Aaron hit his home run 715 to go ahead of Babe Ruth? Trivia question for all of those watching the show, no matter the platform, our trivia question of the day. When Hank Aaron hit home run number 715, who was on deck? Jorge, hard question, yes, but a good one. I will give you guys a hint at 1:33 my time. So in 60 seconds, I will give you guys a hint. But the trivia question of the day is who was on deck when Hank Aaron hit home run number 715. It is not as obscure as you think. I will give you a hint. He is going to manage a game today. He is managing a game today. In Major League Baseball, he's one of the managers who is managing today. So, who was on deck when Hank Aaron hit home run number 715? No matter, Tito's full send. Tito's full send. Good job. Good job. This seemed like a hard one. Tito's full send. Good job. No, Jorge, Don Mattingly never played for the Dodgers. Tito's full send. Of course you can. Bing bong. Bing bong. Great call, Tito's full send. The answer is Dusty Baker. And the correct picker was Tito's full send. Nice job, Tito's full send. Getting our trivia question of the day. Good job. Wow, very impressive. Pulled that one out of his butt fumble. Nice job, Tito's full send. So the answer to our trivia question of the day, who was on deck when Hank Aaron hit home run number 715? It is Dusty Baker. That is correct. Albert Einstein, you're so smart. Yeah, Dusty Baker, good job. Astros fans everywhere, I'm sure you guys knew that one, right? That had been brought up earlier in his career, earlier this year. I feel like every time they go through his career highlights, it's mentioned. But yes, Dusty Baker was on deck for that home run. I always also think of, oh man, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now. Who was the, you guys could help me out. Who was the sideline reporter? Who was the sideline reporter for the NBA on TNT for years? Who had the suits? Is it Carl? Why am I blanking on his name? He passed away a few years ago. He was the sideline reporter for the NBA on TNT. Sager. Sager. No, not Carl Ravitch. Sager. Sager, I can always picture him running alongside Hank Aaron when he hit 715. You saw Sager just tracking down that interview. So, yeah. So anyways, Dusty Baker was our trivia question answer. There you go for those playing at home. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. Every single day we have a trivia question. Yes, sometimes they're a little bit harder, but okay, are we fading Jordan Walker today? Interesting question. Let's look at Jordan Walker. Let's look at hits, runs, RBIs, 1.5. The over's the strong implied probability. So interesting that you're kind of saying to fade him against right-handed pitching rather this year. Jordan Walker has a 325 average. Why would we be fading him? Why would we be fading him? Yeah, he's cooled off over the last 2 days. He's cooled off, but I'm not going to go crazy. He's still a good hitter. I wouldn't go too nuts. Over 1.5 hits, maybe that's a good play. I'm not going to touch it, though. Under 1.5 hits, yes, very consistent, but I'm not going to touch it, especially at minus 250. You're not getting a good enough return, Tito's full send. Given the risk that you're taking, it's not a good enough play. So sometimes, guys, the trend is like really juicy, but the juice isn't worth the squeeze. At minus 250, not crazy about it. Taylor, thank you so much for sharing the channel. Every time you guys share the channel, we give out a player we think is going to get a stolen base today. So let's go do that. Next player we think is going to get a stolen base is Ian Happ. Ian Happ of the Chicago Cubs. Let's look at Ian Happ to get a stolen base. We'll also look for him to get on base with either a hit or a walk. Ian Happ, stolen base. Oh, no Ian Happ. Not seeing him, so we'll rip him off the board. If he's not showing, we won't go with him. We'll give you somebody else. We'll go with George Springer. George Springer, yes, to get a stolen base. George Springer to get a stolen base. 18% implied probability, plus 450. Good find. I like the play. Let's see if we can get him on over half a hit. Nope, it's 1.5. 1.5 bases, not attractive. Hits, runs, and RBIs is what we would take for George Springer at 61% implied probability against Lance Lim. Lifetime, a 292 hitter. So, do like that. Gonna take this one. George Springer over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. George Springer over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. There you go. Okay. By the way, Jorge just shared the channel. Thank you so much, Jorge. Another good play. By the way, Steven Matz, you're asking about Birdie. We'll get to him in 1 second because I think you're onto something there. But let's give out another stolen base play. Next one's going to be Julio Rodriguez. Haven't seen LRK425 in the chat yet today, but Julio Rodriguez, he usually likes him on a strikeout. I like him on a stolen base today. Over half a stolen base for Julio Rodriguez. 28% implied probability, everybody. That's really high for a stolen base pick. Let's also look at for him over half a hit. Nope, it's 1.5. Too bad. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Not crazy about it, even though it's gone off at 4 out of the last 5 games, 4 straight games. Against Alex Cobb, no stats, lifetime, only a 237 hitter. I really want to take him on, let's see, on over half a walk. 24%, not good enough for us. So we'll just take the over half a stolen base. That's all we can really get on it. Let's just look at strikeouts as a shout out to LRK425. Over half a strikeout is available. This has been a good play throughout the year. It's minus 275, so I won't put it on the board, but just showing it to you. Let's look at John Birdie. By the way, Tito's full send. Mercury on the spread. Interesting call. Tito's full send. Giving out a WNBA suggestion. Let's look at John Birdie. By the way, I did see Top Dog that you put your celebrity shot pick up there. We will get to that in 1 second, but let's look at John Birdie really quick. Really good numbers against the pitcher he's facing. Over half a hit, 65% implied probability. By the way, Zodwick, great to see you in the show. Great to see you in the show. I'll get to your celebrity shot pick in a second. John Birdie over half a hit. I do love that one as well. So let's get it up on the board. John Birdie over half a hit. I do like that play. It isn't a leg of a parlay, everybody. Can stand alone on its own. Let's get some more celebrity shots on the board. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 of you have put your celebrity shot pick up on the board. We had 21 yesterday. Let's get all the way up to beyond that. Get your celebrity shot picks in, everybody. By the way, very interesting. Let's start with Top Dog, and then we will get to Zodwick. Zodwick's got a really interesting play. I'm just saying that. Top Dog, Top Dog is taking Jackie Young over 1.5 3-pointers made. We'll look at that in a second. You're also taking Graham Ashcraft over, and you are taking the over 2.5 earned runs. Popular play today, fading Graham Ashcraft. Another one is Zodwick. And Zodwick is taking Mauricio Dubon. By the way, I'm saying his name like he's super French. I know it's not right, but under half a strikeout. And you are also taking him over 1.5. Is it bases that you're taking? Yep, you are. So you're doubling down on him today. We'll start with him, and then we'll go to Jackie Young. Not younger, Jackie Young. She ain't younger. She's getting older. Mauricio Dubon. And looking at him on under half a strikeout. Very aggressive play. The under, good implied probability. He's only got 2 strikeouts over his last few games against right-handed pitching this year. His strikeout rate, 13.6%. So really good find here. Really good find. By the way, Macy Toru, so wonderful to have you back in the show. Candyman will get to your celebrity shot pick in a second. So interesting find by Zodwick. Don't hate on it. Don't hate on it. Mauricio Dubon, over 1.5 bases, 53% implied probability on the under, 52% on the over. So there you go, Zodwick. Couple of interesting plays. Let's jump over to the WNBA. Jackie Young, 3-pointers, over 1.5, 66% implied probability. Very good trend. I am tailing you Top Dog on this one. I'll give out my WNBA picks as well in a minute. Didn't get any confetti from you guys. Too bad. I wanted to give out some of these WNBA picks earlier in the show. Over 1.5, 3-pointers made. Didn't get any confetti today, so unfortunately I haven't been able to drop any of my picks. Let's get to Candyman. Candyman's got a celebrity shot pick. Candyman is taking... Thank you so much, Macy Toru. I knew you'd come through. Liberty, Mercury, over, and you're taking the alternative line of over 163.5. I love that play as well. Over the 163.5. I think it's a really good play. Macy Toru coming through. I'm about to drop 4 picks on you guys, so get ready. Macy Toru, thank you so much. You're awesome. So appreciate it. So appreciate it. Let's get to all my WNBA picks now that we've been able to get some help with our confetti. Took us long enough. Let's get to it. First one, Chalk City Central. Starting with Liberty on the money line is too chalky. Yes, way too chalky. But we're going to take them to cover the spread. We're going to take it at minus 11.5. Minus 11.5. Yes, it hasn't been a great play, but the Mercury haven't exactly been a great play at covering this as well. So I'm going to take the Liberty minus 11.5. Some of you may not like it. Tough cooks. I like it. Lynx, Fever. I'm taking the under on this one. Fever and Lynx, I'm going under. The alternative line, bumping it up to the max, under 170.5. Another one, Wings, Aces. I'm taking the under for the Wings and Aces, bumping up that alternative line for the Wings and Aces to the max. And I'm going to take the under 180.5. I also am going to tail Candyman and take the Liberty Mercury over. And looking at the alternative line, the best spot to take the Liberty and the Mercury on the over 161.5 is what I'm going to put it at. You had 163.5. I'll take the 161 at minus 180. So, a couple of picks. We have some more picks to drop on you because we got 4 pieces of confetti. So, we have one more pick to give out. By the way, I still have more picks. So, it's not like we're done. It's just we need more confetti in order to do it. So, let's give out another pick, everybody. Next one we're going to give out is going to be, let's go with the Rangers, Red Sox, yes to a run in the first inning. Rangers, Red Sox, yes to a run in the first inning. There's another one up on the board for you guys. I have at least 3 more picks to give out if you guys hit up that confetti. Keep hitting that like button, everybody. By the way, only 15 minutes left. Only 15 minutes left. This show's been flying by. Macy Toru came through. Call me crazy, disgusting play, but Rockies money line plus 190, I see a little value. I do too, because I actually am not crazy about the starting pitcher for the Astros. So Tito's full send. I like it more on Rockies to cover, but I don't think you're crazy. Can we get a rant about the Yankees on the reliever that just got suspended? Who got suspended? I haven't seen that yet. Who got suspended, Jorge? I'd be curious to know. LRK425, so great to see you in the show. Was worried you weren't going to get in. By the way, look at how many celebrity shot picks we have on the board. If you guys don't know if you're a part of a community or not, just look at how many people we have every single day contributing to the show, letting their picks be known. So freaking cool to be able to say that we have people every single day making Butt Fumble Sports a part of their daily content consumption. Just freaking love it. Macy Toru, Joe Warren, Big Dave, Ann Carhone 1, Chris Roberts, Dante, Mike Oxlong, YA Tittle 24, G Clips, Tito's Full Send, Stephen Pock, Albert Einstein. We got frickin' Albert Einstein, Cullen, Jorge, Shun Carter, Top Dog, Zodwick, Candyman, and LRK425. This community is real. It's awesome. Thank you guys at home. Thank you guys for being the best. Candyman has another pick, taking Diana Taurasi under 1.5 3-pointers made. So Candyman is also taking the GOAT, Diana Taurasi. I'm going to spell that name wrong. Taurasi. Under 1.5 3-pointers made. Really quick, we'll look at that one. Diana Taurasi, under 1.5 3-pointers made. The implied probability is on the under. Has been a good trend. Good find. Good find. Diana Taurasi, under 1.5 3-pointers made. I'm going to tail it. Didn't expect to be saying that. I'm a Diana Taurasi mega fan. Not expecting that, but I'm going to take it. It's a good trend. It's a good trend. I understand why you're jumping on it. Macy Toru's taking the Rockies plus 1.5. There you go. Now, that's not one of Macy Toru's 2 celebrity shot picks, but just another pick that Macy Toru is considering or putting up there. By the way, we have gotten to so many picks. We're now on the other side here. Wow. We give out so many picks every single day. We have literally given out a full sheet of picks. So many picks we put up on the board. Where else can you guys go to get this much research, this many picks, this much fun? We've done the Immaculate Grid for baseball. We did a trivia question. We ranted about the Brewers being a bunch of pusses. We have had so much fun over the course of the show, talking sports, giving out picks, having a lot of fun with you guys. We've covered the WNBA as well, as the WNBA is back in action tonight. So a lot of picks we've given out. I actually have 2 more long ball long shots of the day to give out. I'll drop those right now since we're running out of time. So 2 more long ball long shots of the day to give out. But we also, if you have celebrity shot picks, get them in, everybody. Get them in. By the way, Jimmy Cordero. Oh, so you're saying the Yankees just have scumbags all the way around? Wow. Great job, everybody. Great job, the Yankees, being a class act organization, right? Jorge, really appreciate the support. Really appreciate the support. Tito's full send. Love it. Yeah, Tarasi was definitely a research pick. Oh, Candyman, if you want to replace it, let me know. Candyman, if you have another play, let me know. I thought that was your celebrity shot pick. No worries. Just throw it up there in the comment section. 2 more long ball long shots of the day to give out. Ryan O'Hearn and Corey Seager. So I'm dropping both of those since we're running out of time. I'll show you what they're getting up on the board so you guys can see the odds, play along at home. Ryan O'Hearn of the Baltimore Orioles is the next one that I've put up on the big board, the long ball long shots of the day. Just getting our research loaded back up. Ryan O'Hearn, over half a home run, 17% implied probability. You can get it at plus 500. Taking it on over half a hit. Yes, I am at minus 175. So Ryan O'Hearn, over half a hit. And I'm also taking Corey Seager to hit a home run against Brian Bayo. Corey Seager, over half a home run. 19% implied probability. You could get it at plus 430. Can I get over half a hit for him? 1.5. What about total bases? 1.5. I will take the over 1.5 bases at minus 120. So Corey Seager, over 1.5 bases. Hits, runs, and RBIs might be attractive as well. But it's set at 2.5, so the total bases is the only play I'm going to end up taking. LRK425 are saying the Mariners are going to be on fire tonight. I like it. Bet against the A's at all costs. Good find. By the way, Lynx Fever on the under. Love the play. Love the play, Candyman. As you already saw, I'm taking the Lynx and Fever under as well. So, Candyman and I, it's always nice when we see eye to eye on a WNBA play. Yep, Candyman, I'm right there with you. Fever Lynx under 170.5. I love it. Tito's full send likes the Mets today. Interesting. I was kind of fading them yesterday. I liked him, Cody Single, on the strikeouts yesterday, so I probably like that again today. But overall, kind of fading the Mets when he's on the road. Jorge, yep, Jorge, let him know. We like Teoscar Hernandez today. LRK425, I love that you're getting into your Seattle Mariners. That's great. That's great. By the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 different people have put in their celebrity shots today. Make sure you guys are joining the group. Make sure you guys are putting your celebrity shots up on our big board. Write in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick, whether it's TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. Harley, do you have a pick? Get that in. Boss Lady Murr, do you have a pick? Get it in. Running out of time. By the way, if you only have one pick, like Albert Einstein, don't just have one. Get those 2 picks in. Get those 2 picks in. Arctic Tiger, Ruiz and Garcia on a home run. Do you like that as your celebrity shot pick? Let us know. Get those picks in. Get those picks in, everybody. Taylor Alessio, get that pick in. If you want to be up on our big board, if you want to be a part of our celebrity shot contest for the month of July, remember, everybody, the first to 20 correct picks in the month of July wins a free t-shirt from buttfumblesports.com. So get those picks in, everybody. We are all about it. Oh, we know LRK425 loves the strikeout with Julio Rodriguez tonight. We showed it. We did the research on it. Hold up, I said, what? I said get those celebrity shot picks in. Get those picks in now. Everybody gets 2 picks. Get them in. We are giving out a free t-shirt to the person who gets who is first to 20 correct picks. Macy Toru is currently the leader with 7, but plenty of time in the month of July to knock that Macy Toru leaderboard off its axis. Get that in. Yes, I do like Julio Rodriguez on a strikeout tonight. Get those picks in, everybody. Teoscar due for a home run. I love you guys, Jorge and LRK425, going back and forth. giving each other some good conversation. Natasha Howard under 6.5 strikeouts might be risky, but something to look at. Let's look at Howard under on rebounds. Natasha Howard under 7.5 rebounds. Strong implied probability at 57%. I'm glad that it's under 7.5. No alternative lines. I'll take it, actually. I'll take Natasha Howard under on rebounds. Natasha Howard under 7.5 rebounds. Yes, a bit risky, but a good implied probability. Comes in at minus 130. I actually think that is a good play. Hope you guys have had a lot of fun watching the show. It's amazing how quickly the 2 hours goes by every single day. In case you missed it, we will be having more shows at night, so make sure you guys are following. Make sure you guys are following us. Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Make sure you follow Butt Fumble Sports. We are going to be live later again tonight just to talk sports, just to rant, have some fun. So if you guys love talking sports with us, if you're looking for a good place for sports conversation at night, make sure you join Butt Fumble Sports tonight and every night. We're going to try to be live as often as possible around 7 Eastern, 8 Eastern, so make sure you join us then. Believe it or not, we are already coming to the final 2 minutes of the show, so if you do have a celebrity shot pick and you didn't get it in during the show, tweet us at Sports Fumble on Twitter. Kyle Klein, I just saw you get a pick in, so no worries. Guys, if you didn't get your picks in, you can DM us on Instagram at Butt Fumble Sports. So if you guys missed it, you guys can find us there. Sabali on rebounds. Let's get to that really quick. Then we'll get Kyle's celebrity shot up on the board. Sabali, over on rebounds. By the way, the over 9.5, best implied probability of 55%. Really consistent, taking it as well. Lots of WNBA making its way up here today now. Sabali, over 9.5 rebounds. 9.5. That's what we saw it at. Minus 120 is the play. Final few minutes of the show, everybody. We will have our NASCAR expert on tomorrow. Our NASCAR expert will be joining us tomorrow and providing his NASCAR analysis. So he will be live with us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Our NASCAR expert is joining our show tomorrow. We are live tomorrow, July 6th, and we are going to be live tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST. So we are live, everybody, tomorrow. We are live tomorrow, 12 EST, 12 p.m. Let's get Kyle Klein's celebrity shot up on the board. Kyle Klein, our 20th picker of the day. Unbelievable how many people we have in our contest every single day participating. Marlins money line, Braves money line. There you go. You are on the board. User, we don't have anyone giving golf picks, so if anyone out there knows golf, has good research on golf, we're willing to hear from you. We've offered the opportunity for Candyman to give his WNBA analysis. Never heard back, though. Candyman, if you ever wanted to come on the show, do a segment just like our UFC expert, our NASCAR expert, our Formula One expert, we would give you 10, 15 minutes on the air. You just call us, treat it like a radio interview. So, Candyman, if you're ever interested, let us know. If any of you guys love golf, know golf, we'd be willing to give you that opportunity. Butt Fumble Sports is absolutely a place for those that love sports to find a way to get out there, be a part of the conversation. Macy Toru, we got to do that. DM us, Macy. Macy Toru, hit us up. If you guys want to join the Butt Fumble Sports team, DM us. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, Sports Fumble on Twitter. We're looking for people who want to contribute, want to be a part of the team here at Butt Fumble Sports. I don't care how much experience you have. We will coach you to be good on-air talent. We will coach you to be good at what you do. We just need you guys to have the passion, the enthusiasm, and the knowledge, just the background knowledge. So if you guys want to participate, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Reach out to us, DM us, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, Sports Fumble on Twitter. Couple more picks I want to give out. We never got any extra confetti, so I'll just drop these right now very quickly for you guys. The next one is going to be Orioles, Yankees, yes to a run in the first inning. I will also give out Blue Jays, White Sox, yes to a run in the first inning. And I will say Pirates, Dodgers, no run in the first inning. So there are even more picks that we put up on the board. Albert Einstein, thank you so much. We are so grateful for the support you guys show us every single day. Yeah, it takes a lot to do the show. A lot of people behind the scenes. Want to give a big shout out to our producer. I could not do this without you. Could not do this without you. So thank you so much to our producer who does a great job behind the scenes, doing things that you guys don't even know to make sure the show goes so smoothly. Appreciate all those who watch the show every single day. As always, we'll do our slow scroll here. LRK425, there you go. Okay, we're doing our slow scroll here. Slow scroll through all of our picks, MLB game picks, player prop bets, and of course, some WNBA as well. We also gave out some long ball long shots of the day, and some stealing picks, some players we think are going to get a stolen base. Of course, we have our celebrity shot picks up on the board as well. Macy Toru is leading with 7. Jorge's in the pack. Dante's in the pack. Tito's full send in the pack. Here are the results through July 4th. I will post all of the picks from today's show up on our website right now. So go to buttfumblesports.com. That's buttfumblesports.com. Go check out all of the picks that we just gave out. So make sure you guys are going to our website. Make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. Check out all the picks from today's show. Peruse them at your own leisure. Also check out our other content. And of course, check out our store. Buy yourself a shirt, or you can just wait to win one if you win the contest. Make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. Really appreciate it. That said, I hope you've really enjoyed our show today. I love being a part of your day, talking sports, giving out good research. This is a wonderful audience, so thank you guys so much for the support. As I say every single day, I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a absolutely wonderful afternoon and evening, and I hope you cash a ton of tickets tonight. We have been on fire of late. I hope we continue to do well, so you guys cash if you follow us. As always, we are grateful for the support. We will see you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. Again, our show tomorrow is at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you guys want to watch our show, you know what to do. Our live daily betting show is tomorrow at 12 p.m. That said, I will be live on TikTok Live later tonight at like 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock. So make sure you guys are following us. That is just going to be for ranting, talking sports, seeing how our picks did. So everybody, make sure you're following us. Make sure you're a part of this great community. Make sure you subscribe, like, all of those things. As always, love this community. Thank you guys